Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Libra in mid-November 2019. Hello, Libra. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. All right, Libra. It's almost over. 2019. How do you feel? Are you good? Feeling good about it? I'm feeling good about it. Feeling very optimistic, actually. And I don't know why, I just am. So anyway, guys, I hope your end of year is wrapping up nicely. For those who are here in the States or anywhere across the world, if you're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving next week, I hope you guys have an amazing turkey day with your friends and your family. And yeah, all that good stuff. Libra. Oh, boy. Oh, to kind of coincide or to announce along with the Happy Thanksgiving Day message. I will be going live next week on the channel, Thanksgiving week, so November 25th. I'll go live here on the channel for everybody in the collective. So if you have a question for me, Libra, a very quick, very, succinct question that I could answer in about 3 cards live on the channel, feel free to stop by. I haven't decided on a time that I'm actually going to do that yet, but look out for that being announced on the community page. And if you just happen to catch me in your notifications when I'm actually live, feel free to jump into the chat, okay? All right, Libra, let's get into it. I have shuffled off camera. That's your main spread there. I'm going to shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. When all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. You can check in the description box below if you choose to jump ahead. Also down there is the information you will need if you want to get a personal reading with me. But if you have any questions before you place an order, make sure that you email me at the same address and I'll answer you as soon as I can, okay? And yeah, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment, do all that fun stuff if the reading resonates with you, if you like my vibe here, if you like anything here, just feel free to interact with the channel as you see fit to put those positive vibes out into the universe, because that's kind of the point, guys, No point in putting negative vibes into the universe unless, you want that shit to come back on you. Just saying. All right, guys, let's get into it. I want to see Libra's outcome for mid-November 2019. Please show me Libra's outcome in mid-November 2019. Please show me. That's more than 1. That's 2. And that one fell to the table. So I'm just going to acknowledge that the Hierophant was a part of that. I'm not going to take it because it's not 100% what I feel is necessary. But let's just go ahead and note the Hierophant did come out with the 4 of Cups, okay? Oh, my instinct is to put it on the bottom of the deck. Is that correct? Because normally I'd stop shuffling and I'd put this on the bottom. So I want to see if that's correct. Yeah, okay, thank you. Interesting. So they both wanted to come out anyway. It's just they're going to have different positions for your reading. All right, let's flip what came face down for you, Libra. Okay. And let's figure out the whole story. Let's figure out what's going on. Please show me where, excuse me, where Libra is in mid-November 2019. Please show me Libra in mid-November 2019. Please show me. Okay, thank you. Got it. Libra, coming in to mid-November, you come in with the 5 of Wands. Well, little disagreements. And I hopefully mean little, 5 of Wands does mean like petty arguments. It does mean, little scraps that you have with people, little verbal disagreements that you have with people, or just differences of opinion. You're not able to come into agreement with someone. You're not able to get on the same page with someone. Hopefully that's what it means. Like I keep getting this emphasis on little, but I'm wondering if that emphasis is here to highlight that as a perspective. What is a little disagreement to you might be a big disagreement to someone else. Does that make sense? But regardless of how large or small the disagreement is, or even how large or small the group of people that are involved is, because you do see multiple people there in the Five of Wands, right? So this can extend to your family, to your friends, to your coworkers. This doesn't have to be a one-on-one kind of falling out. Falling out? Is it that severe, falling out? Yeah, in some cases. Okay, thank you. And they're like, yeah, in some cases, it's a falling out. So it's pretty substantial in some of your cases. In other cases, this is just like, people, maybe at the height of a disagreement over the dinner table at Thanksgiving. For some of you, maybe things just kind of boil over and they become a little troublesome. The thing about it is, traditionally, the Five of Wands indicates it's short-lived. Fives are challenges, but they're relatively easily overcome, There's a chance to bury the hatchet. There's a chance to kind of let bygones be bygones and sort of, take a step away, or they step away, or whatever it is. There's a chance for the disagreement to dissolve as quickly as it kind of bubbles up, right? So short-term miscommunication sometimes with the Five of Wands. In other cases, it is kind of deeply rooted and it is festering, right? That's what I feel. This is like festering for some of you, where again, something that may have been lying dormant or kind of been mumbled about, kind of it hasn't really, come to some type of peak point. I feel the peak point is coming, or it has already come by the time you've watched this video. And again, there's one group, there's the first group where it's just petty arguments. It's just minor disagreements and you'll get over it. It's not that big a deal. There's a second group, slightly smaller. So let's say the first group is 60% of you guys, and the second group is 40%, maybe even less than that, where this deeply rooted argument, or this divergent energy where you and someone else, or you and a group of people, or one group of people and another group of people just don't see eye to eye, and there's a harder time to get this second group of Libras into cohesion with whoever they're disagreeing with. That feels very family oriented. If not family, then friends. And after that, maybe coworkers. Maybe there's partners or spouses included in some of that, but the primary focus is on family, 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 family. And that kind of definitely speaks to why this would be so deeply rooted and why it's so deeply affecting the second group, where it feels like part of it starts, maybe that's it. Maybe it starts over petty arguments. Maybe it starts over, at the dinner table or in a text thread, whatever, just talking about current affairs. And then out of nowhere, we're just talking about things that we have been rehashing for the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years of our lives, or this issue that one person can't let go, or an issue you, Libra, can't let go of. And so there is this historical, using the steampunk deck, I always choose the mids at random, right? I let my guides choose. And so them choosing this, this old-timey look of steampunk, is speaking to historical factors here. So historically, there's been something between you and another person or another group of people, or like I said, two sides, two groups going at each other's throats, that has happened over and over and over again. Now, the reason the 5 applies to both of you. Again, 5s are challenges, but you can surmount them. You can easily overcome them, relatively easily, right? Is because it repeats itself in this second group, and it repeats itself so much. You all kind of know what you're in for. That has been sort of thematic with some of these readings, maybe due to the holidays coming up, where family gets together and it's the annual tradition of everybody's bullshit bubbling up to the surface, and everybody saying too much, and everybody getting into little scraps and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't think, and number one, I don't have this experience. I have a small family, and we're very copacetic during the holidays. We're copacetic all year round, really. So I don't really have this personal experience, but I know it is really tiresome and trying for other people to be around their extended family for the holidays for an extended period of time. And that can bring up a lot of old wounds, a lot of festering attitudes or opinions about one another. And it just can quickly devolve into an ugly situation. And in some of your cases, it will be that. It's about the holidays. It's about family being in tight quarters with one another. People, sleeping in the trundle bed, sleeping in the spare room, and you got to put Grandma Sally up in the main bedroom because she's had 2 double hip replacement surgery. Da da da. It's just like the whole rigmarole of getting people together gets nerves on edge, and then it's just 1 or 2 little things that quickly boil over into something bigger. And this feels like, like I said, historical. It's like a very familiar dysfunction or a very familiar point of tension in the family, and it's just going to happen, or it has happened, or you're witnessing it. Some of you Libras, you're like, I'm already prepared and I'm not even going to get involved. I'm going to take my drink, I'm going to go into the den, and I'm just going to sit it out because I don't want to be involved in it. So some Libras, few of you, like even from either the first group or the second group, it really doesn't matter. And the first group, again, is like, it's similar, but it's just like not as intense. It's a lot less in the first group. So I feel that's more friends and coworkers, maybe a little bit of your family. Maybe it's like me. It's like you get along with your family. There's just like 1 or 2 people. You're just like, oh my God, here comes, cousin Karen. Ugh, hi, Karen. And, you indulge her. And then as soon as you can, you like make a beeline away from her. And you don't engage with her for the rest of the night. Like that's the first group. There's like a little bit of a tension. There's like a little bit of a disagreement. There's a little bit of a scrap, or like a little, push and pull, or like a, friendly poking fun at your life. Oh, Libra, I see you got a new girlfriend this year who you brought to Thanksgiving. It's like, shut the fuck up, Karen. But you don't say that. You just walk away, right? So that first group is very much, I don't, washing the hands. I don't want to be involved. Second group, you really can't help it because the entirety of the group or the people that you're around really is engaged in this energy. And again, the second group, it feels like this is a pattern. This is a pattern of dysfunction. This is a pattern of we don't get along. I don't see eye to eye with that person. I got to tolerate them. They're going to tolerate me. And it's like, Libras in general as an archetype, right? You guys are not combative people. So for the most part, I feel most of you will not want to get involved in this disagreement, but you'll be dragged into it, or you'll, against your best wishes, or not against your best wishes, but your best judgment, you'll step into the fray for a moment, and then you'll eventually, go away. If it's not family-based, again, you can apply this to friendships and coworkers, or places where you spend a lot of time. So it could just be like even roommates. You could be in college, and this could be something going on down, or something going down in your dorm. You know what I mean? In all the cases, it really feels very finite, meaning in a temporal way. And I don't really talk about time that much with my readings. It doesn't usually come across that way, but this really feels like this will only exist for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks in your life. The tension, the stress of it, the conversations about it, and then eventually, probably by the new year, this will have dissipated. Whatever we're going to talk about is probably going to disappear. Okay? So Libra, you're having a very specific, what's this? Not tunnel vision. What's that called? Spotlight. You're having a spotlight type of reading. Okay? So what else is going on for you? Right. So, yeah, man. Like somebody rolls in and you're just like not about it. Excellent. And I'm saying excellent to my guides because they quickly showed me what I needed to say. Or needed to see and say, I guess. Anyway, so Queen of Wands right above you, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a fire sign, but you don't have to be. So somebody rolls into town, much like this woman arriving on a horse. I'm here, and this person, male or female, it doesn't matter in a general, guys. This person is very bossy. This person is very in charge. This person is very mouthy. This person is very me, 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 me. And I don't always read the Queen of Wands that way. Oh my God, am I going to sneeze? Hold on. Okay. I do not want to sneeze on camera because I sneeze very loudly. Now, anyway, this person is very, I don't normally characterize the Queen of Wands in like a selfish way. She can be. I mean, any zodiac and any, archetype within the tarot has the ability to be very egotistical, very self-centered, just about. But this person, whoever this is in your life, Libra, very stuck on themselves, very privileged. Okay, now privilege, I'm not trying to use it in any type of, word of the moment type of sense. I'm saying privileged as in like conceited, as in, I think I'm better than, or whatever advantages I have in my life, I view them as I've earned them when maybe I haven't earned them. So it has nothing to do with race, it has nothing to do with economics, it has nothing to do with politics. This person on a personal level feels they have leverage, feels they have some type of station or hierarchy above most other people. And it's very, it's dead on with this Queen of Wands. It feels very regal. Like this person might view themselves as being, coming to Thanksgiving dinner or hanging out with certain people in the dorm room or whatever it is, or interacting with certain people in the office. Like they view it as like charity. Like it's a blessing that I came here. You all should be very thankful that I showed up. That's this person's energy. It's really weird because also in some of these cases, this person isn't rich because again, it has nothing to do with economics or race or anything like that. But in a lot of ways, this person is delusional about how they view themselves. This person really over exaggerates their importance. It's like, even if this is your sister, or even if this is your best friend, or even if this is your own father or mother, it doesn't matter. They really overextend and over-exaggerate how important they are in your life, or in the situation at hand, or in the dynamic of the group, whatever. Without me, the whole thing falls apart. That's kind of their attitude. If I didn't show up, this wouldn't even be going on. And it's like, what are you talking about? We have family dinners for the holidays every year, with or without you. This person thinks, oh, Queen of Wands isn't showing up. All right, guys, take the turkey back to the market. There's no reason to have Thanksgiving this year because Queen of Wands can't come. Like, that's what this person thinks. No, it's not true. It's definitely not true, okay? So this person shows up. Now, they're above the Five of Wands, so they're in here somewhere. They're in this disagreement. What the disagreement is about, what you guys are not seeing eye to eye on, I have no idea. But this person is in the middle. They might be the pot stirrer. They might be the one who's, inflaming everybody. I don't know. But when they show up, this is where they're kind of the card. But this is where they're kind of taking the cake here. They show up ready, willing, and more than able to get involved in this Five of Wands. Like they expect it. Either they expect it because they started, or they expect it and they're ready to get involved. So this is, maybe it could be something as simple as, this is like your family gossip. Like the one who's in everybody's business, and the one who walks around the party or walks around and says, well, you know what Stevie told me? He told me that Shelly and da-da-da-da-da-da, And that's all they do. They just tell everybody's business, right? With or without intention. It really doesn't matter. But they end up saying too much, right? And that talking gets people's, hair standing up on edge. It gets people like riled up and like ready to like have these disagreements, have these fights. And this person either is like, well, are you going to let him talk to you like that? Knowing full well, again, whether they intended it or not, that they have started something. It's really dramatic, if I'm honest. In my extended family, I know people like this, but we don't, like I said, the people that I'm going to be spending the holidays with, small group of people. The bigger group of people has somebody like that in it. And I don't like that. I'm sure you don't like it either. So this person comes to town, like literally might be coming to town again, arriving on a horse. And if someone literally arrived on a horse, arrived on a horse, a rove? Oh my God, that's so terrible. Anyway, if somebody literally arrived on a horse to like a family gathering, what is that? That's some type of privilege. That's crazy. But anyway, so this person just comes in, says what they want, does what they want, acts how they want, does not have a lot of regard for anybody else. This is a very stuck on themselves person, and quite oblivious to the impact of what they do and say. It's really weird. This person, if I'm honest, I don't know what the term is, the psychological term, but I'm sure there's like one or two that would apply to this person. I don't want to say a megalomaniac, because I think that's like too high level, or like, I think megalomania might be a little more expansive or a little more extensive than what this person is. But think about it in that term. This person could be megalomaniac, or even, not in the way that we use it very casually here. a lot of times in the esoteric or spiritual space. But this person can be a narcissist. Okay. I can't remember if your previous reading, I was mentioning that a few times, I think, in the November readings. And I can't remember if I mentioned it for you or someone else, Libra. So please, I apologize if it wasn't in your November reading. But this narcissistic energy has really been coming up. And I don't know if it's due to the holidays and like that's the time for narcissists to shine, for them to put on their best work. I don't know if it's like, you know, their expo or something like that. But this person is quite a piece of work. Not the worst thing I've ever encountered in a reading as of late, but certainly puts a damper on your holiday, right? Now, yeah, so you or them or somebody turns into the Seven of Swords. Go outside for a smoke break, like I said, get your drink, go into the den, go sit with the kids, do whatever. This energy of Seven of Swords is about escape, escape, escape. The Seven of Swords is about avoidance, right? This is not wanting to get involved in whatever is going on here or here. Now, it could be you, it could be someone else, it could be a lot of people in a group, but there's just this, I don't want to stand here and listen to this with the Seven of Swords. Swords being about communication, verbal, written, otherwise, right? So someone really just does not want to endure. So maybe some of you are saying, I don't even want to go home for the holidays. I don't even want to be around my family. If you're in that college situation, you might be talking to your roommate. So what does your family do for the holidays? And they tell you, and you're like, oh my God, that sounds cool. So like, do you like ever like invite friends home or anything? And you're just like trying your best not to be involved in this situation. If you have to go and endure, if you have to show up and this person shows up and then everybody else, if you have to endure it, this is a checkout. This is an absolute checkout. Also, okay, there we go. Because I'm like, there's more to this. Because I mean, it's pretty obvious with the illustration what's going on. This person leaves a room. This person leaves an establishment, right? With the Seven Swords. Now, the other aspect that we traditionally can talk about when we talk about the Seven of Swords is lying, deception, manipulation. So it comes right next to the Queen of Wands. So is that what she's bringing to the party? Instead of bringing, a side dish or a bottle of wine or gifts or present for the household or anything, this person just brings a lot of manipulation and deceit. Great. I can't wait to sit down and have dinner with her. If that's the case, oh my God. Here's the thing about this Queen of Wands. I don't think anybody believes that this person is on the up and up. I think everybody kind of has their antennas wired or tuned to this frequency of, well, that's a bunch of bullshit, or no, see that you're taking that out of context. You're not giving the full picture of what you're saying there. A lot of people, if not all people involved, knows that this person is a shit stir, knows that this person is full of crap, knows that this person is only here to stir up drama, yet and still they fall for it. It's very weird. In that way, they might be a narcissist, because narcissists are incredible puppet masters, right? Even though you're in a cycle with this person, you go ahead and do their little marionette dance anyway, okay? So either it'll go both ways. It's with tarot and in general reading, energies can apply to multiple situations or multiple people. So with this Seven of Swords, it's applying to you or whoever else, Libra, who's like, I don't want to be involved. I just want to have a good holiday. I don't even want to spend time with this person. And let me just go ahead and walk away. Let me leave the room. Let me go get some air. Right? It also applies to this person bringing to the festivities, bringing to the gathering of people all the crap, all the nonsense that they can muster in order to create drama. It's ridiculous. But again, this is a spotlight reading. I have to really emphasize, this is only for a short period of time. For as long as this person is present at the party, present at the dinner table, present at the holidays, perfect. It will not extend beyond that for many of you. For many of you, it's not going to extend past the Thanksgiving and or even Christmas holiday. Come 2020, you and this person, you probably won't even speak. Like, it's like that estranged one time a year or a couple times a year that you and this person interact. It's not that deep. Okay? Now, so this whole situation, Libra, if you or anybody else was hoping for something new and something revolutionary or evolutionary, something to grow, something to kind of foster or even break traditions, so to speak. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, no. I'll show you that upright just so you can get a look at it. But the answer is no, okay? There's something historical, again, because that's what I was talking about down here with the Five of Wands. There's a historical pattern to this person or the interaction with this group that you can hope for things to be different. You can hope for things to grow. You can hope for things to mature and become better than they were before, but they're not. They simply are not. Now, I don't know who necessarily is hoping because, you know, the other thing is, I feel there's a strain in this Libra energy that's very realistic. I'm not hoping for miracles, Jay. A lot of you are sitting there going like, I know what to expect. I know who I'm dealing with. I know what I'm getting myself into. I already know nothing is going to change. Perfect. That group, you understand, you're great. There might have been around you a spouse, a partner, a close friend, another relative, a brother or sister, it doesn't matter, where they might have been hopeful. Oh, I hope Uncle Gene doesn't, start flipping out on the whole Mexican thing again. You know, whatever. I'm just throwing something out here. And you're sitting there and going, keep dreaming. You're absolutely dreaming if you think that that man is going to change. So there was someone or is someone in the vicinity of your storyline, Libra, that was hopeful for change, hopeful for things to improve. And the answer is simply no. No. It will not happen. If it does happen, God bless you. You know, that is a miracle, and you ought to count it very strongly, because this whole thing together is a hodgepodge of drama, confusion, delusion or illusion, or delusion. It's not super adversarial in a way that I think for most of you, this is like a no coming back from this. This is, again, like recycled energy. You're very familiar with this. You know, you might be talking to people or talking about subjects or talking about a particular issue that has yet to be resolved. And this is a card of looking for new resolve, looking for new opportunities to come about or to seize upon. And it's just not available. You know, you may be coming into your little family gathering or your friends or your coworkers coming together, and you're like, okay, I recognize the dynamics that are at play here. This is just an example. This could be you, Libra. I realize what's going on here. This person feels this way, and I feel this way, and the other person feels some other type of way. We all need to come, like, you might have a plan, or you might have hope that everybody can kind of get on the same page, but that opportunity is not there if the other people are not willing to acknowledge, there it is, acknowledge what's going on. Someone has a full willingness to acknowledge what's going on. Someone does. Other people are just like, hell no, I'm not going to. It's not even in their vocabulary or even within their consciousness, within their awareness, to be aware, to acknowledge anything. They've never thought of it because they feel there's nothing to acknowledge. There's nothing to admit to. There's nothing to consider. There's no other way or no other argument for them to make, right? A little bit of ego, a little bit of conceitedness, but also I'm just seeing like total ignorance, unawareness. So again, to quickly go back to this Uncle Gene person who may or may not have some controversial views on, let's say, immigration. That person is not motivated in any way, shape, or form to reconsider what they believe. Now, either you or someone else who was hopeful, y'all just need to let that shit go, because Uncle Gene or whoever this person is not on board with that. I'm not saying Uncle Gene, by the way, is the Queen of Wands. I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling that is like a separate person. You know, this Queen of Wands, you know, I don't know. I don't want to talk about them. Thank you. It could be, you know, Uncle Gene could be Queen of Wands, but I'm not feeling that so strongly. But what I'm feeling is that where there was hope, there should be none. And I don't normally want to say things like that. And at the top, I mentioned for my own life, I'm very optimistic most of the time. But in this reading, Libra, if you were looking for optimism, if you were looking for an answer or a solution that maybe was never there, I would say maybe it's to just leave it be. Because someone in the situation, maybe just one, but it could be more than one person, who's just like staunchly rigid, very anchored in who they are, how they are, what they want, how they speak, all that kind of stuff. And there's no room for growth with that person. Ace of Pentacles requires growth. It's the first card of the minors, right? Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? You escalate up to that and then you restart, right? So this is just the beginning. You have to have some type of growth or be ready for growth or be open to growth in order to get the benefits of the Ace of Pentacles. Someone is not interested in growth. Therefore, it's donezo. Outcome. 4 of Cups. So, either you or someone else is kind of stubborn in that way. Maybe not wanting to throw in the towel. Maybe not wanting to accept defeat. Defeat? Really? Okay. Someone might view it as defeat. Maybe Uncle Gene or whoever it is who is challenged on their beliefs or is challenged to take care of themselves. Like another scenario that they're throwing at me is like, hey, you have anger problems. Maybe you should go see someone about that. And this person is like, I don't have fucking anger problems. What the fuck are you talking about, Terry? Why would you even suggest that to me? And it's just like, okay. No, okay. You don't have anger problems? If that's what you believe, then that's what you believe. It's like that. So someone is resentful. Okay. Resentful of being accused, of being attributed to a certain behavioral type or a certain, like I threw the word out before, narcissist. If that word is a trigger word for somebody and you use it on them, they're going to flip out, So in some of your cases, this is not, again, I don't think it's going to extend past the holidays. If it does, I'm sorry, but this really feels like at the height of it all, at a gathering of people, in work, at home, wherever, in that gathering, we're going to see a lot of high tension, a lot of highly contestable energy or combustible energy, and somebody or multiple people in those in that gathering just resistant and very stuck. Now, thank you. Pick it up. 4 of Cups. Remember I was saying everything about growth here in the Ace of Pentacles. This 4 of Cups isn't about growth necessarily, but what look at his posture. He's like sulking, right? He's like pouting. He's like, I'm not leaving this little study. I'm just gonna sit here in the dark and mope all by myself. And it's just like, okay, adult man, clearly in your 30s at least, sure, if that's what you want to do. So there's a resistance to growth from this energy. It could be the person, I don't know who it is. It could be you, Libra, by the way. It is a general. It could be you. So, but there is this, I'm not willing to invite in new, I'm not willing and able emotionally to get over myself, okay? If we're talking about some type of emotional or psychological behaviors, okay? Patterns in behavior, patterns in communication and speech, patterns, like I said, historical patterns in a family dynamic. Every time, Uncle Gene and I get into a conversation, it turns into this, and that. If you know that there is someone who just like doesn't even want to doesn't recognize the pattern and doesn't feel there's anything to be sorry for, doesn't feel that there's anything to apologize for, is very like stuck on themselves. This 4 of Cups feels more connected to the Queen of Wands, honestly. So maybe that's who that is, okay? Not cool, because the 4 of Cups, this 4 of Cups feels very stuck to me. I would normally say it's just not recognizing a good thing. It's not being open for now kind of energy. Like, I feel that there's permeability sometimes with the Four of Cups. This one, no way. Like, again, to speak to the evolution of the tarot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, ace, 2, 3, 4, you know what I mean? This 4 should have evolved up to a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8. Emotionally, this person should have emotionally have been able to let go of something, should have been able to see past something, should have been able to mature in some type of way. This person is stuck in something. Very personal to them. Personal in the sense of only they could unstick themselves. You could suggest therapy. You could suggest, hey, it was my bad, you know, and take the blame, and they're just going to shove more blame in your face. Yeah, it is your fault, and I'm going to stay here, and I'm not going to enhance myself, or I'm not going to become a better person. I'm always going to blame you. This could be someone, whatever. They're stuck. And if you have concern, Libra, with unsticking that person, you best let that go, because they're not going to unstick themselves. Overall energy, Hierophant. Major Arcana for Taurus, so some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, but you don't have to be. And remember, guys, like, this came out sort of kind of, it was almost in the outcome, but I did not feel right accepting it there, and I think I know why now. Because this Hierophant, number one, speaks to family dynamics. I mean, you see this older gentleman, and in front of him are 2 younger children, and we have this idea of him passing down knowledge, him passing down his life experience in order to teach them, to embolden them, to enrich them, right? So, again, this whole Thanksgiving holiday thing, that vibe is very present in many of these readings. I think it's also here in the sense of the Hierophant often gives decrees, often gives, you know, food for thought. And even then, not much thought, just food for taking. Like, okay, these are the rules, these are the regulations, these are the ways that we expect, or I expect as an individual, if it's just a person, things to go around here. I have spoken, so let it be done kind of energy, right? And that's kind of the vibe here. There's a rigidity and a lack of movement. What's this? Opening. Thank you. They're showing me like a double door being opened. So there's a lack of openness with a person or just the vibe in a situation where we are not getting the evolution, the openness, or the willingness to compromise also with the Hierophant. And, you know, that's not always the way of the Hierophant energy. But today, my friends, today, Libra, that is absolutely the vibe. This is a situation where I think, again, because of obligations to your family, to your friends, to, you know, your coworkers, whoever, you have to sort of endure these situations, or you have to endure these conversations or interactions. I get it. But as far as any potential change for things to get better, for this person to improve, or for the communications to improve, the mood to improve, no, 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 and no. These are blockades that either one person adheres to or the group. Again, you could be the peacekeeper here, Libra. You could say to your cousin, hey, why don't you and Uncle Gene, why don't you sit down and have a conversation? You could be trying your best to get 2 people to agree, for 2 people to, you know, work their differences out, right? You could be trying so hard to be the facilitator of that. I'm gonna let you know, it's probably not gonna work out. If it did, count yourself lucky. It's a hell of a miracle, okay? Libra, that is your reading for mid-November. If you liked it, the like button is down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. If you resonated with the reading and you want to tell me all about it, there's a comment section for that. Go ahead and use it. You can share the video across your social media platforms, and of course, subscribe if you are not subscribed, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload here to the channel, okay? Libra, happy Thanksgiving again, guys. If you're dealing with this situation, man, that sucks. That really blows. But again, I think it's like so short-lived, or it's like so focal around the holidays that you're actually going to be okay no matter what. But anyway, I'll be back soon. I'm going to do your December reading soon. I'll do your mids. I'm going to, of course, go again live on November 25th. I haven't decided the time, but be on the lookout for that. And I'm also going to bring back the no communications readings in December. Those seemed to go off pretty well last month in September, so I'll bring those back. And, or no, was it September? October or September, whatever month that was. Anyway, so you have a lot of things to look forward to, and I hope to see you then, all right? Thank you guys again so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care.